Oh, welcome to me and you outside. We are in the kitchen just for a little while, just for a bit here. And I am going to be doing something I have never done this before, but I have always wanted to. Now, about a week and a half ago, my grandson Jackson, who happens to be running the camera right now, he shot a young doe. And I mean, this was a button buck, a young, very young button buck. And this kind of the kind of deer I've been wanting to kill all season. I just haven't had a chance. And I shot a bigger doe and all that stuff, but I wanted a small doe or a small button buck. It'd be fine. I wanted one with the smaller ham on the hindquarter because I wanted to smoke the whole entire thing at once. So what I have got here is this ham of this small deer right here. And the reason I wanted a small deer is for the reasons of thickness and also for the reason of tenderness, because this is being a very young deer. That's going to be very tender. But now I'm going to do a couple things with this. Now I want you to see this right here. This is a meat tenderizer, and this is probably one of the coolest meat tenderizers I have ever used in my entire life. And what it is, it's a whole bunch of blades right here. And see how sharp that is? All these blades are sharp. And that goes in about 1.5 inches, close to, yeah, probably 1.5 inches, not quite 2 inches. Into the meat. And so what I will do with this is I will stab this as many times as I can and do this entire ham like this. And the reason for that is a couple things. One is to help maybe tenderize it, but the other thing is I'm going to put some moisture stuff on here. I'm not sure what I'm using, a little bit of oil or what I'm going to use, but the biggest thing I'm going to put on here is this bacon. Now this is thick steak bacon right here. And what I do when I'm going to do is smoke this. So I'm going to lay this bacon across here and toothpick it on. I'm just showing you how I'm going to do it. I'm not going to do it right now. And I'm going to cover this whole ham with this bacon. Now, this bacon here is very thick, but it's going to cook. And as it cooks, I'm hoping that the grease of this bacon goes down inside all these holes that I end up making in this meat. Now, I know a lot of it will. It all won't, but I can keep stabbing that down in there and just stabbing. And I can really stab probably 400 or 500 holes in here in short order. And you can get down there and you might be able to see, Jackson, these little small holes that I was putting in this deer. And these knife blades go down in here and really tenderize it. And I use these a lot of times on steaks, but this will tenderize your steaks better than anything I've ever used to tenderize meat. And it doesn't hurt anything, and it doesn't take away from the flavor. It just helps with the tenderization of your meat. Okay, so there we go. So let me get this thing all set up, and I'm going to put some Cabela's steak rub on there. And I'm going to put that on there pretty thick. And the reason for that is that'll just give me a little bit of added seasoning, not more than the bacon will give. The bacon's going to give me a little moisture, I hope, and a flavor also. See that right there? Beautiful seasoning right there. And I'll stab some of that down in the meat also. That'll put some of that salt down in there. I'm just telling you, this works, folks. And that's pretty good right there. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to lay this bacon across here like this. I'll use a few toothpicks just to kind of keep it in place. It's not going to go anywhere necessarily, but it'll just kind of allow that bacon to cook on top. And it's going to do a wonderful, wonderful job. So I'll get all the bacon laid on here. We'll get this thing set up. We'll get it out there to smoker. And I'll see you out on the deck at smoker. Back out a little bit. All right, we're out here on the deck. I've got my big old, well, it's a big piece of meat, but it's a small deer. I've got this ham right here. As you can see, I've got this bacon put on here, toothpicks just to kind of keep it in place. Big old thick pieces of bacon. That's the thickest bacon you'll ever see. I don't think it'll be too thick. Because I'm going to smoke this for probably 6 hours or 8. Or maybe yet more. It might have to, but I think 6 or 8 would be enough. Probably at 200 or 250 degrees. But all I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this over to the side like this. There, I got water in a pan right here. I got my charcoal down here. It's already turning white, which is what I want. I'll shut the lid down. Just let it cook, and I'll check on it probably at 3 or 4 hours, just see what it looks like. I'm gonna try to cook it. I don't want to cook it where it's completely done. I still want a little bit on the inside, maybe medium to medium rare. But being so thick, it's kind of hard to maneuver that. Anyways, I'll get this in there. let smoke. We'll see what it turns out like. It's going to be interesting, and I think it's going to be good, but you never know when you cook something like this. If you're watching this, it turned out. Okay, it turned out. But let's see how it turned out. I'm anxious to see how it's going to turn out. So next thing you're going to see, maybe checking on this or even bringing it off the smoker. We'll see. All right. This has been smoking for around 3 hours, which is not enough to cook it. I know that. But I'm going to take it off. Here's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to put it on in a pan of foil. I'm going to cover this thing in foil and put it back in here. I just have an idea, and it feels as tender as I'll get out, to be honest with you. I got a stick of butter right there, only because. Do that right there. Fold this foil up around here real good. I'm just telling you, this thing smells really good. I mean, it smells good. Sort of like you might do a pork butt. I'm gonna put it back on here. It's running 250 degrees in there, which is good. It was staying at 250 degrees. I'm gonna leave it in there for another 2 or 3 hours, just like that. We'll check on it in a minute. I'm back out here to check this. Ooh, it's good and hot. Now I'm gonna do a check on this because I'm not sure what I'm getting into here. Let's do a little temperature probe right down here in this meat. About 140. That's enough. I'm getting her off of there. I'm gonna take her off. Put her in this pan right here. I want to look at it. According to that, it should be done. Look at them big old pieces of bacon, would you? Whoa. Good looking bacon there. Knife. All right. Got my wife out here to video this. First of all, I'm going to try a piece of this bacon. It's the thickest bacon I've ever seen in my life. I got this at a place called Food for Less here in Springfield, Missouri. Wow, that's pretty good. Now, I'm going to cut in this meat right here. We're going to see what this looks like on the inside. Oh my, that's definitely done, isn't it? Let me get a piece of this out of here. Wow. It's actually more done than I wanted it to be, but wish I did. I'm gonna laugh about that.
Very tender.
That is really some good eating in it, Mom. Wow.
Yeah, it's good.
Deer meat normally is really kind of dry. You got to watch it, but I don't know if putting on bacon there if that helped that much or not. But this ain't dry at all. Here's Sandy.
Ow.
It's warm, isn't it? There you go. Wow. Okay, hey, stop right there. I did the break in here because I had to go up here to my daughter's house where Brinley and Jackson live, which is right here. Look at there, they got it all decked out for Christmas. Isn't that nice? Beautiful up here on this hill, overlooking a big valley back behind. Just beautiful. I took all the meat off of the bone of that ham, of that young deer that Jackson killed, actually. And I brought it up here because I want them to try it. I wanted Jackson and Brindley to try this. It's very good. I have them try all kinds of meat for me. And this is just another kind here. Merry Christmas. Jackson, I brought you some meat, and Brindley, I want you guys to try it for me, okay? You're my taste testers.
All right.
Now this is the deer you killed, Jackson.
Yep.
And this is the ham of it. Now that right there is just thick pieces of bacon, okay? But this is the deer right here. Take the piece like right there. That'll be a good one. Jackson, grab that one there. That's a pretty good sized piece of meat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Take a bite of it, see what you think. You'll find it's tender and very good. It's kind of like a brisket, actually. If we put a little,
Very good.
put a little barbecue sauce on there,
Yeah.
it's going to be good. We're going to do that here in a minute.
Or a little bit of salt.
Yeah, because that's the inside of the meat there, so we could put a little salt. We'll put a little salt on it, put a little barbecue sauce, and yeah, take it with that bacon. That's what you want to do, Brenda. Take a bite of that bacon. That's huge, thick pieces of bacon. You'll like that with the deer meat. So there you go.
Super good.
All right. Now back to the regular video. I just wanted Jackson to try his own deer. So what I did is I smoked it indirect charcoal smoke. I did it for about 3 hours, 3.5 hours. When I took it out, wrapped it all in foil, and did it for another 3.5 hours. And it is literally done. In fact, it might be, it's about the maximum done. I wouldn't want to, I'm not going to put this back in there for nothing. I just took it out, so I'm going to let it rest a while. It'd even be better after it rests. All them juices are going to just start soaking in that meat better. So I'm going to fold this back up, let it rest. We're going to take this in, and this will be part of our supper tonight. I'm really excited about it. Really excited about it. That is a deer ham on the grill, smoked complete ham. Folks, it was really tender, and it's really good. I'm not just telling you that either. It is delicious, and I've never done one before. I've always wanted to do one, but do a young deer. Try to do a big old doe. It might be a little chewier, but you can wrap it, maybe cook it longer wrapped or whatever, and it might tender it up. Tender up like you would a brisket or something. Just, cook it like that. Regardless, it was delicious, okay? But I appreciate you watching this episode of Me and You Outside. And wherever you're at in this world, have a good morning, good day, good night. For another video's coming right around the corner.